Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, February the 11th, 2019. Today's video is actually going to be about parting out a computer that's reached the end of its service life and things that you can save, different components that you can save. Part of why I'm doing this video is in the next couple of months I'm going to be replacing this machine with another machine. And I'm starting to look at my inventory and stuff that's not being used. We're going to be parting pieces out and hanging on to parts that are still good. So I'm going to be going through my inventory in the next couple of months and looking at that stuff. So without further ado, let's get this HP Slimline computer apart, because I think there's a couple pieces in there that we can salvage for other machines or so on and so forth. So let me get it opened up and we'll come right back. Okay guys, here we go. We're inside the machine, and what you have here, you have an M2N68-LA board. This was a very common board found in Compaqs and Hewlett-Packard machines about 2010, 2011, 2012-ish. These would run the AMD Phenom chips, some Athlon chips from back in the day. And surprisingly, looking at this one, I don't really see any bulged capacitors. There's not very many solid capacitors on the board. In fact, I don't think I see any at all. But none of these are bulged. So actually, this board has one up on the machine that I had to, I wound up warrantying for my old coworker a couple years ago. That little Compaq machine they brought me actually had this exact same motherboard in it. So yeah, if I had still had that stuff, I could have threw this board in that tower case, which is actually bigger. And I always recommend, if you're going to buy a computer tower in this configuration, get the biggest tower you can get so you got better airflow. These little cases here, you don't really get very good airflow, and you're always better off with a larger one for terms of airflow. But they did put an adequate cooler on it, I will say that. Looks like we got some type of ATI Radeon graphics card in here, so we'll probably salvage that. I got a full-size DVD burner, which we're going to salvage. We'll hang on to the cables. And this has a 640 gig mechanical hard drive in it too, SATA. So we'll hang on to that too. So let me get this apart, and we'll show you some of the stuff that we're going to save. Okay guys, coming back, so far what we've gotten, we removed the cooler from the CPU, we removed the CPU, kind of on the fence whether or not I'm going to save it. It's an old Phenom, really has no resale value. And then HP, with these little itty bitty cases, they have these itty bitty little brackets that fit in here with the screw that holds them in place, which keeps these adapter cards in place, or your cards. So we saved this, could use this in a future build. It's just a Radeon card, nothing special there, but always works, and can always have that available for future builds, low pro machines, so on and so forth. Just disconnecting the DVD drive, because that's the next thing we're going to do. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention, HP uses these stupid little proprietary screws, so if you don't have the right type of tool to remove that, just a standard itty bitty little flathead screwdriver fits right in there. And you can pull those screws right out. So let me get some more things out of here. When we come back, you'll see the open case, with pretty much ready to remove the board. Okay. Now when you get your machine apart, it's going to look something like this. You get all your pieces apart. Then guys, you have some decisions to make. What do I want to save? What do I want to throw away? Now over here we have some SATA cables. They're small, but we can use them. Sometimes they get those little Dell cases in. There's no reason why they wouldn't work in them. Got a DVD burner, which I can use in another one of my machines that's got a DVD burner on the fritz right now. You got a 640 gig Western Digital hard drive. It's a 2010 model, but it doesn't have a whole lot of hours on it, so that's still in good working order. We can use that for music or whatever. Throw some music on that, throw it in another drive in another machine. We have the motherboard. I decided I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna trash the processor. It was old, not all that good anyway. All the screws that held that piece of shit, computer together, you can scrap them. Video card may still have some value in a low pro machine. DDR2 RAM is 4 gigs there, a couple 2 gig DIMMs, no value. I might hang on to them, but most likely they're going to go to the scrap heap. So they're garbage. And some metal, which I got a friend, my buddy George will come take that. I'll give him some scrap metal. So he likes going to the scrap yard. And then I also have that little low pro power supply, a couple of useless switches, and a low pro itty bitty little memory card reader there. Probably hang on to the memory card reader and the power supply. That power supply, believe it or not, is rated for 220 watts. So probably what we're going to do, save. I have some of these, so probably ditch them. We'll ditch them. This stuff here is probably off to the recyclers. And this, I don't know, I will see. My friend might be able to do something with a scrapyard, or we can send it to the recyclers. And maybe hang on to the media card reader. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence with this stuff sitting here on a chair. I'll dispose of the switches. But, that's probably what we're going to do. And then we'll hang on to the SATA cables. And, of course, my buddy will get the case since it's metal, and he can go to the scrapyard with it. So, anyway, guys, I'm shooting this video with my cell phone. I apologize I couldn't get more into detail when I was taking this machine apart. As I'm a little bit limited on what, the amount of space I have on my flash card. So, we're doing the best we can here. And I hope this video was of some help to you as far as deciding what you would like to save, what you want to trash, send off to the recyclers, etc., etc., when it comes time to part out an old machine. So, if you like videos like this, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and come back for more exciting videos to come. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.